hello again. 1 second, let me just... Oh, there we go. Sorry, still not used to the wings. So, in the last episode, we had the Ribombee team. And according to all known laws of VGC Series 12, this team shouldn't really work, but it kind of does quite well. We didn't actually get to see the bee in action much last episode. At all, actually. We didn't even use it. So hopefully, we're going to see it in action today. The first video was quite well received, so I've been absolutely buzzing to make this second episode with the team. And yeah, I achieved my final form as well in the previous episode, which is what you can see right here. So we're gonna just get into the battles. As mentioned last episode, the team is by nowhere near a finished article. We're just trying things out here. But we're gonna see what the bee can do, hopefully. Let's give it a go. We have an opponent. It's one of those Sun teams. It's the ones we were saying we should beat. Let's see if we can beat them. So, Palkia, Ribombee lead. Do you have to be wary of the Grimmsnarl? So we're going to bring Indeedee in the back. And lastly, we can make a case for all three of the Pokemon in the back. I think we're probably going to bring maybe Tapu Fini. If we bring Tapu Fini, how do we get rid of Thundurus? Should they bring that? We're relying on Palkia. Maybe Calyrex is the way to go. So we can burn Thundurus then, and we still beat Lunala. We'll give it a go. We'll go Cali. Yeah, tough one. A few things we could do here, but this is what we've gone for. No Charizard on this team, so I expect we probably will see the Grimmsnarl in the lead. Groudon Grimmsnarl, Venusaur Grimmsnarl, something to that effect. Lunala Thundurus, which was not what I was expecting. That's not terrible. Do they want to get Trick Room up? I'm not sure. But that's definitely Defiant Thundurus, isn't it? There's no way it's not. So I'm not going to fake Tears of Thundurus because it's going to move after us. We'll just give it a Defiant boost if we do that. But we are going to do this. Very curious as to what my opponent's going to do. I think they're going to Dynamax. They are. But then they're not going for Trick Room then. They're probably just Meteor Beaming. It's going to be an Airstream Meteor Beam, I think. So double Dynamax. We'll go for Fake Tears, so we're applying pressure on subsequent turns because we're going to break the Shadow Shield as well with the residual damage from the hail. So it is an Airstream into Palkia. That's a lot of damage. That would be why. And Meteor Beam, yeah, as expected. Is that into Palkia? It was. Let's go for House them. This is going to do a load of damage. As I was saying. That's why we're running Blizzard, to get the maximum amount of damage on the field as we can. So that's really great news that we've got rid of that. Because now they can't Airstream any further. We've got the slight issue of this boosted Lunala. We just broke our own Focus Sash as well. But we are threatening this Lunala now. I expect we'll probably see Groudon come in. Or Venusaur, probably Venusaur. Grimmsnarl, not what I was expecting. Okay, so... do I want to switch Palkia out? I definitely want to get Indeedee in, I know that much. I think this is fine. I think we switch Palkia out. Because even if we did get the... even if we did get the rain up like I'd like to, if Palkia survives the turn, they've got Groudon in the back for sure, right? So let me just override that anyway. And I'm expecting a Meteor Beam into that slot, so Indeedee can take that. We're expecting maybe a Trick / Thunder Wave as well, so we'll block that. Or they might go for a screen. It is a Thunder Wave. And Ribombee's still faster, so I'm thinking maybe we're about to see a Trick Room. No, it's just really slow. And they go for the Moonblast Beam, but into Ribombee. And we actually hang on. So this Lunala is actually quite heavily threatened right now, so I think they might switch out to Groudon. I'm going to Shadow Ball that slot. Got to be careful switching anything in. I think at this point we just keep Ribombee on the field. We'll go for the Fake Tears into that slot as well. So they do withdraw. In comes Groudon. And we should get some not insignificant damage down on it. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. It's a nice Spirit Break for my opponent. Slowing us down a bit here, except we've got that eject button. Now, do they have a dark move on the Grimmsnarl? I'm going to guess they do not. They usually don't on this kind of team. Probably double screens. We've seen the Thunder Wave and the Spirit Break. It's usually double screens as well. So I don't think that's an Assault Vest on the Groudon. I could be wrong. But this is our play regardless. Yeah, as expected. So it's going to be that plus a Spirit Break. But that's okay, because as long as we don't see a Dark move, we've got my opponent pinned here. Maybe not. Grimmsnarl took that a bit better than I was hoping. So it's just a Spirit Break. Good. And we take another one of those as well. We've still got them pinned, thanks to Ribombee and these Fake Tears drop, so it's working out quite nicely. Of course, not in the bag yet. Calyrex is our key to winning this, for sure. They go for the double. Don't get it, thankfully. Is this enough to get Groudon? It is. And is this enough to get Grimmsnarl? It is. The bee putting in the work. Quite pleased with this one. Quite pleased with this one for sure. After a pretty rough, what could have been a really rough lead, honestly. But we've seen the power of Palkia. We've seen the support of the bee. And I can't see my opponent getting out of this one. I mean, we don't need to fake tears. We're going to do it anyway, though. That was cancelled. There we go. So we got our win. We're with the bee. We've seen the bee now. Okay, so we're going to go again. It's still the bee episode. We've had three games with the team. Only one Ribombee game. So let's get another one. We have an opponent. Kyogre, Necrozma, Dusk main. That's definitely Dark Urshifu. I always get a bit scared when I see Urshifu. This is actually a game where, if you saw the previous episode, I mentioned Ribombee's other ability, Shield Dust. This is a game where Shield Dust would be the ability you want, because if they lead Rillaboom against us, which they might do to try and facilitate Trick Room, they could fake out Ribombee. If we had that ability, they wouldn't be able to. So I'm still bringing the bee. We're still leading this. And in the back, I think it's got to be Fini. In Sin. Again, Calyrex certainly has its uses here. Although I think we're definitely going to see the Urshifu though. Indeedee also useful here, but I think we're maybe a bit too passive if we bring in Indeedee. Let's give this a go. Landorus Urshifu, not what I was expecting. So I guess the strategy here is just to airstream up and wicked blow everything. But we're going to outspeed both of these Pokemon with Palkia. Unless there's a choice Scarf. You know what? I kind of want a Sticky Web. And we are going to... I could destroy the Landorus here and now. Break our own Sash, we go for the Hellstorm, but we also break any potential Sash on the Urshifu, which I think is where the focus Sash is on their team. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. No switches. People are bold at this point in the season, let me tell you. I think they're going to do what I said. It's going to be a Max Landorus. They could Max the Urshifu, but I think it's going to be Max Landorus. And then just try to wicked blow everything. No, it's nothing. So we get our Sticky Web off. I mean, I'm super curious because there's no way either of these Pokemon are going to outspeed our Palkia. So Landorus gone. We're going to take some big damage. Not that much. Not that much. So that pretty much confirms to me that is not choice banded. So I'm happy to have broken the Sash on Ribombee to break what is likely the Sash on Urshifu. Of course, we've got Fini in the back, which we brought partly for the Urshifu. Necrozma's coming in. So the Sticky Web's going to lower its speed, which isn't ideal. Because they probably want to go for Trick Room. I did bear that in mind. That's why we're going to make this play. Now, do I want to Max Quake it? Or Geyser? It's got to be Policy, right? So we're going to Geyser. Because they might max it here and now. I don't want to be setting off the Policy if they're going to max it. Which they do. So we had the option, could have gone for the Wormwind into Urshifu as well, because it's you've always got to expect that this is a physical Necrozma. Although they can surprise you. And I don't think even with, if we did go for the Max Quake, I don't think it would knock out anyway, given Necrozma's ability. Another Wicked Blow. And probably a Max Quake, you'd imagine. Which is exactly what we do see. So now we get Fini in. I mean, Incineroar in the back's not looking too amazing right now. Because you know it's going to be the Koga in the last spot. Could just bring in Sin in now actually, go for Darkest Lariat. I think that's the play. Because the good news is, thanks to that Sticky Web drop, we should actually outspeed the Necrozma. And it's going to be a bit touch and go, but I'm sure this double up will knock out if they don't protect. Considering we've got the -1 special defense right now. So Urshifu switches out, and this is beautiful. This is beautiful. We're really seeing Ribombee do its thing. Koga switches in, gets its speed lowered, gets its special attack lowered, gets crit. That's an Assault Vest. I think it might not be an Assault Vest. And thanks to the Sticky Web, we guarantee that our Incineroar outspeeds the Necrozma. So Urshifu comes back in. And guess what? It's going to be at -1 speed. And we've got Fini in the back. Remember, we're Assault Vest Fini. With Grass Knot, so we can hit the Koga for super effective damage. I would not be surprised if my opponent forfeits before we see this one through. I can't see us losing from here. Of course, you can never really say that. Yeah, you can never truly say that, but I don't think we're going to. Is Incineroar the fastest? The slowest thing on the field at the moment? It's possible. So I could. No, we're just going to do this. We'll keep Incineroar out. If we lose Incineroar, we lose Incineroar. We'll get Fini in as healthy as can be. Urshifu goes for Detect. We'll just get as much damage off onto Koga as we can. Because I think that is Assault Vest. Does Incineroar live this? Actually does, look at that. So Parting Shot would actually have been really quite nice there. That's good damage though, look at that. Can't complain. And we'll go for the Parting Shot this turn. We know we're the slowest thing on the field, although I don't expect Incineroar to be surviving the turn. Ribombee survives, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to survive whatever the Urshifu can throw out. Which is going to be a wicked blow. And sadly, our Bee's reign of terror comes to an end there. But we should clean up from here. So as I say, I'm fairly certain that that is an Assault Vest on Kyogre. I think I'm happier to target down the Urshifu here, even though we've seen it detect already, and it probably will detect again. From here, the only way we're going to lose is if we get like super crit by the Kyogre like twice. And even though we resist it, that Wicked Blow is still going to hurt, so we'll just focus down that slot, play it safe. As much as I anticipate the detect here. Which we don't see, it's just no straight Origin Pulse. They're not even protecting. And that's why we went for that slot as well, because we're not going to give our opponent the opportunity to get those big hits out. And, well, from here, it's a Grass Knot is going to seal the deal. Battle was cancelled. This happened last episode. Did it? I can't remember. But anyway, we got the win. We got the second win with Ribombee. And Ribombee the ringleader. How about that? Just had everything under control from beginning to end. And we even got to see the sticky web, which I did not think we would get to see at any point, not get to see it utilised. A really fantastic move in principle. In execution, leaves a lot to be desired because you're taking a turn to set up an entry hazard that doesn't even affect all Pokemon. If they're levitating or they're flying, it's not going to affect them. There's a lot of Trick Room at the moment, so you wouldn't even use it there. But there we go. So, thanks for watching, guys. Will we have Ribombee again? Maybe a variation. Will we see Ribombee at the World Championships? I can't promise. Maybe someone else will pick it up. I think there's other things that Ribombee can do. Like I say, this team is not the finished article, and I think that there are vast improvements that could be made, even as big as changing the restricted duo. Probably keeping Palkia. I think it works best with Ribombee. But changing the Calyrex. Of course, you've got the ubiquitous Calyrex Ice Rider, which is super popular alongside Palkia these days. But we'll see. We are under a month away now from the World Championship, so have to sort something out soon. But thanks for watching, guys. Have another video up soon, and hopefully I'll see you in that one. You take care.